Hey, everybody. Hope you're having a great start to your day. So, we are going to be digging into automation or automated processes. And I did a poll yesterday, just purely curious about what processes, if any, and how much people actually automate when using LinkedIn. So, what I wanted to go over today are the three things that should never ever be automated on LinkedIn, not just from a genuine and authentic purpose, but some of these things could actually get you kicked off of LinkedIn. So we're going to dive in. So let's do it. Hey there, everybody. Scott Aaron here. So grateful to be here with you all today. As always, if you're coming on live, please drop into the comments below hi and where you're tuning in from. So city, state, country, province, or just hashtag live. Hashtag replay. If you're watching this on the replay, feel free to tag some people that you know in the comments. You can share this on your personal or company pages. Don't forget to like, love, support, whatever reaction you would like to give me to let me know that you totally resonated with this message today. And again, follow my LinkedIn profile, and also you can click my LinkedIn notification bell to be notified of when I do go live, which is every Monday and Thursday. And also, as a reminder, we are 11 days away from the start of one of only two LinkedIn workshops that Nancy and I are running this year. It's called the Amateur to Expert 5-Day LinkedIn Workshop. We're going to teach you how to go from being an amateur on LinkedIn to an expert in only 5 days. It's April 24th to the 29th. And all you have to do is drop an I do in the comments below. We will send you the registration link. We're going to teach you how to optimize your LinkedIn profile, build an ideal client network, messaging the right way, closing sales on LinkedIn, and creating content that sells, engages, and builds your personal brand. So as Carrie has done, just drop into the comments hi and where you're tuning in from. So what we're going to be talking about today are the important things. And Tiffany, I will absolutely send you that when we wrap up today. Awesome. Looking forward to seeing you there. So again, if anybody does want to attend our 5-day Amateur to Expert LinkedIn Workshop, as Tiffany has done, please say I do. And also please do say hi, as Carrie has done, to let me know that you're here. So what I'll start off by saying is this: automating processes in your business is important. So if you have an email subscription list and you're sending out automated emails that way, completely fine. If you have a content scheduler, Nancy and I have one that we developed with a developer. It's called BYOB Social, where people can pre-schedule their content out on social media. That is completely fine to automate. LinkedIn even allows you to pre-schedule posts and newsletter editions. Again, I am totally for certain automated processes to help you work smarter and not harder, and to give you time back to focus on the things that you should be focusing on, obviously, in growing your business. So there are some things that should be automated when you're running your business. But when it comes to using LinkedIn, there are three things that should never, ever be automated. And people are automating these processes in the sense that whether it's software, whether it's someone logging into their account, whether it's someone pretending to be them, these are three things that not only will ruin your credibility, will ruin your trust and your professional portfolio as far as how people see you as a business owner, but LinkedIn can also kick you off the platform. So I have some examples to show you today as well. So the first thing is, you never ever want to automate your direct messages. So drop a Y or a yes in the chat box if you have ever gotten, shortly after accepting someone's connection request, an 18 paragraph long drunkalog verbal vomit message where it says, dear so and so, and then they just vomit all over you. So drop a Y or a yes if you've ever gotten one of these messages, because this is important. I want people to be able to determine the difference between organic messaging and automated messaging. Now, if you have ever received a message like that, chances are that person is using some sort of automated software to carry out that strategy. So what you'll see is marketing companies that fly under the radar that will basically tell you, listen, we abide by and follow all of the LinkedIn guidelines when it comes to connecting and messaging. You're going to be safe with us. Don't worry. We're going to take this off of your plate. Now, I'm just going to pull something up really quickly because I want you guys to see the LinkedIn user agreement. So if anyone just Googles LinkedIn user agreement, it'll take you to the user agreement. And then all you have to do is click on the do's and don'ts. And then basically you'll see the do nots. So this is the agreement that we all click when we open up an account on LinkedIn. Now, there's a couple key points that I want you guys to take note of. So right here, number 2, develop, support, or use software, devices, scripts, robots, or any other means of processes, including crawlers, browsers, plugins, and add-ons, or any other tech to scrape the services or otherwise copy profiles and other data from the services. Now, the other thing is this right here. Create a false identity on LinkedIn, misrepresent your identity, create a member profile for anyone other than yourself, a real person, or attempt to use another's account. This is what I mean. There are people logging into other people's accounts. So there's a lot of things that you need to look over. The other thing that I always like pointing out is number 13, which is you're not allowed to use bots or other automated methods to access the services, add or download contacts, send or redirect messages. So the big thing that people need to understand is that right here, it says we can't use any of those automated methods that a lot of these marketing companies say that you can. So you never, ever want to automate the messaging process. So as I mentioned before, when you are directly messaging people, it should be done in a very genuine, authentic, and real way. So if that makes sense so far, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. Again, if you're jumping on late, please do, as Carrie has done and as Tiffany has done. Please drop into the comments where you're tuning in from or hashtag live. Just type in the city, state, country. And again, if you would like to sign up for our 5-day amateur to expert LinkedIn workshop from April 24th to the 29th, it's live and recorded and available to watch back until May 7th. Just drop an I do, as Tiffany has done as well. So again, if this is making sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Please tag some people, share this video, like, love, support, whatever reaction you would like to give me. But also, please don't forget to follow my LinkedIn profile and also turn my LinkedIn notification bell on. So when you want to directly message someone, it should be done from a very genuine and authentic place where you are actually sending the message yourself. I've gone over the messaging process before with all of you. When you reach out to someone, you state their name in a relaxed fashion. You mention a connection point between you and them, which is bridging the gap. And then you finish with a simple call to action if they're interested in getting on a call to learn about each other better. That's it. So if you end up getting one of those long drunkalog verbal vomit messages, and let me show you an example of what one of those looks like. So this is a prime example. So I got this message the other day. Hi, Scott. We know being into consulting and coaching involves too much to handle on your own. Do you need help with quick website fixes, blah, blah, blah. Again, they're pitching and selling me on something they don't even know I need. They don't even know if I need it. So the fact of the matter is that this person is not interested in connecting with me. They are just interested in selling me something that they are doing. That is not how you message people. And again, this is automated. This is just this is a plug and play. This goes out to every new connection this person has. Some people are even like this person, they're paying for premium. So they have, I think, 20 in-mail messages a month, of which they could send to connections that they're not even connected to. So second connections. So do not automate the process of connecting with people on LinkedIn. So if that's clear, that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. The second thing that you should never, ever do, regardless of who you are connecting with, it's one of those things, and I see this all the time. All the time, I see this happening. You never, ever want to automate your connection notes. So you'll see this too. Those same marketing firms and marketing companies that say, hey, we can automate your messaging process. We can also automate when you're connecting with someone, we can automate that note that gets attached to that LinkedIn message. Let me show you an example. And again, you can tell right away. You can tell right away if someone has inauthentically sent you a note. So right here, hey, Scott, we believe you're a great fit to apply for our Outstanding Leadership Award set to be conferred at the Educational 2.0 Conference at Caesars Forum, Las Vegas. Let's schedule a time to talk. That is an automated message. So basically, they're using a software that specifically is targeting coaches or consultants, right? That are in some sort of leadership position, and they're sending a connection request out with this note. That is not when you want to add a note. Now, I will actually show you a prime example of a note right here. So Dina and I are connecting next week now. Dina wrote, hi, Scott, I heard you on Brandy's podcast today talking about using LinkedIn and to land more discovery calls. I would love to connect. I appreciated all the tips that you shared, and I'm excited to test your strategy and see how it works. That is a prime example of when you should send a connection request and add a note, because Dina is stating the actual way that she found me. She heard me on a podcast episode, and she said, you know what? I'm going to go connect with this guy on LinkedIn, and I'm going to send him a connection request. So you can see another one right here, right? Let me go down. So right here. So Cassie, right? Hi, Scott. Are you open to connecting? You may believe, like me, it's never been more important to build connections. We get most of our opportunities through people we know and trust. So let's get in touch. Again, this is another automated message, right? So here's another great example, right? Of what you should do, of what you shouldn't do. Hey, Scott, LinkedIn seems to think we should connect. I agree. We work with personal brands using viral social video to make them famous within your niche. You, again, those are not great examples of notes that you should add. A prime example is the one that I showed you above, right? Where Dina said, I heard you on my podcast. So again, when you're adding a note, and again, there are some people that want to automate those processes, which is completely fine, right? Now, you can automate that process by picking and choosing who are the actual people that you're going to be messaging. You want to be extremely, extremely mindful of the notes that you're adding. Again, the only time you want to add a note is if there's a personal reference that you can mention. I heard you on a podcast. I read your book. I saw you at a conference. I met you at a networking event, right? We went to high school together. Whatever it is, you want to make that personal connection. If it's just kind of like a broad automated process, people are going to start ignoring those connection requests. And what happens is the more people that hit ignore, the more that LinkedIn is going to look at your account as a spam account. And if there's too many ignores, they could end up blocking your account. So really make sure that you do not automate your connection notes. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. Again, if you're jumping on late, please do say hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live, or just drop the city, state, country, or province you're watching this to and from. Hashtag replay if you're watching this on the replay. Like, love, support, whatever reaction you would like to give. Tag some people. Share this video on your personal or your company page or wherever you're watching this to and from. And don't forget, you can still register for our 5-day Amateur to Expert LinkedIn workshop that starts in 11 days, April 24th to April 29th. Just drop an I do in the comments below. Now, the third and final thing that you should never automate on LinkedIn is your connection requests. Again, the same type of automated software that these marketing companies are telling you it's okay to use that I showed you in the LinkedIn user agreement, which you can look at yourself, where it has the do's and do nots. It clearly states, do not use any automated software or bots that connect and message for you. Here's why it's not a good idea. Outside of potentially getting blocked on LinkedIn, you want to be in full control of who you're connecting with. So for me, when I'm building my network, as I do every single day, I am super, super specific with who I'm connecting with, in what way I'm connecting with them, and I do make sure they fit into one of my connection buckets. They should be either an ideal potential client or a power partner where business can be passed back and forth, networking can take place, and support can be done between my network and their network. I am not looking to automate the human connection process. The human connection process has to be done by you. Something that Nancy and I teach in our workshop is a 20-minute a day method. So on the 5th and final day of the workshop, before the bonus 6th day, where we're doing a chat GPT training and Q&A, we actually take you through our 20-minute a day methodology. So what we teach people is how you only have to spend 20 minutes a day on LinkedIn to get the desired results that you want. So you don't have to spend hours and hours and hours on LinkedIn to get traction. We teach you this simplistic 20-minute a day methodology. So if you can't block out 20 minutes to build your network, to message people properly, to produce content, you should rethink why you're on LinkedIn. You are on LinkedIn to make genuine and authentic connections. You are on there to build lasting business relationships. You are on there to be value added to people's lives and businesses. That should be your number one goal, to be that person, to position yourself as the expert in your space. So again, I do believe that there is a place and space for automated processes. But when it comes to LinkedIn, you absolutely never want to automate your direct messages. You absolutely don't want to automate your connection notes. And you absolutely do not want to automate your connection requests. So as always, leave in the comments below what your biggest takeaway was. Also, it's not too late. Drop an I do in the comments below if you would like to register for our 5-day Amateur to Expert LinkedIn workshop from April 24th to the 29th. It's from 8 to 9 p.m. EDT, live and recorded Monday through Thursday, 5 to 6 p.m. EDT on Friday, and 11 to 12 p.m. EDT on Saturday. The replays are available until May 7th, so you have a full week and a half to binge on those recordings in case you had to jump off early from one of the live sessions or miss one altogether. So everyone, I hope you found this helpful. Love and gratitude to each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you next time.